So I know it is extremely late, you guys, or at least in my area, it's like 9 o'clock Eastern time, but I do know Central time, it's like 8 o'clock, and then Pacific time. So if you're in California, then you're sitting at around 6 o'clock. And you guys, I apologize that no videos have come out this week so far. When I spoke with you all on Saturday, for whatever reason, my editing software is just not being compatible with me right now. It could be user error. I'm not exactly sure, but I'm working with support so that I won't have this issue moving forward. But you guys, what I do want to do, since we will be starting seeds tomorrow, and if this software is not allowing me to edit other videos that I'm trying to edit, I'm going to do a test run to see. But if it's not, then I will come live with you guys to go ahead and start seeds. But before I start the seeds, I want to go through a list of things that I'm doing for the spring garden, just so that if anyone has any questions of what varieties I have or anything like that, I can always refer you back to this video. Not only is the channel going to be like my journal, but I also have a journal as well. But I just want to be as transparent and open with you guys, as well as keep good of a record book for myself. So I'm really excited for the spring garden. I see a lot of other individuals are getting their spring garden started in different areas of the world. Um, for me personally, like I said in my last video, I don't want to have a fall garden more say, because after the summer garden, I'm really more exhausted by then. So I am going to actually do a lot of these things for the springtime. Now, the very first thing that I want to go over that I'll be doing, and I'll be saying the varieties, are simply my onions, you guys. Now I don't have everything in categories, like I've seen other videos to have. Hi, thank you. But I do have them all in this container right here that I want to go over. And the first thing is onions. And so I do have the sweet Spanish yellow Utah jumbo onion that I want to start. I also have a white sweet onion, Spanish onion at that. And then I have the yellow sweet Spanish onion also. Now, I do need to do more research to see if these are great storing onions, but if not, I still know I'm going to grow them. Last year, as soon as my onions came out, I just went ahead and processed them, put them in freezer bags, and we have like maybe one and a half of the freezer bags left over. So I am looking to do a lot of different varieties this year. I also have the Barletta onion that I'm going to be starting. And then we also have the white grano PRR onion. I also have the Walla Walla onions that I'm going to be doing. And then I have the Eclipse L303 onions. And then the last thing I'm going to be doing in regards to onions is a red burgundy onion. And you guys, I don't really eat red onions, but I see a lot of people. Hi, Chloe. Hi, Donzel. I see a lot of people actually eat red onions raw. I don't like raw onions. I like them sauteed. I love sweet onions, not white onions, but I'm growing those onions just because, like I said, this year's goal is to completely eliminate as much as the grocery store as possible. Last year we did a great amount of produce to be able to do that to a huge scale. I mean, a scale to where it's just been tremendous. I haven't gone to the store for the produce I grew, and I mean, that was about 50% of my grocery bill, if not 75% of it. We're still going for fruit because we haven't ventured out that much. Hello. But for the meantime, in between time, we have been doing wonderful. I mean, even my sweet potatoes that I harvested, y'all, I'm still eating those. I literally just made sweet potato fries for dinner tonight. The other thing that we are, thank you. The other thing we are going to be growing is kale. You guys, I don't know about y'all, but in my household, I eat kale the same way. Thank you. I eat kale the same way that I eat greens. And sometimes I make my cabbage very similar, or you can have fried cabbage as well. But I eat kale the same exact way. I'll throw it in there the same way that my mother used to sit here and throw in like mustard and turnip greens, you guys, and mix it all together. That's the same way I'll do it with my kale. And so I've really enjoyed it. Love it, love it, love it so much. You can also make kale chips with your kale. So that's another thing as to why I love growing kale. Another thing we are going to be growing is this Merlot lettuce. Now, salads, go to type of thing. Thank you, Donzel. Yes, look at you being I might need a new mic. It sounds bad. Okay, thank you for letting me know that. I have a microphone. Do I need to put it on? Thank you. But with the lettuce, we just love eating salads. So I want to try that lettuce to see if it's good. Of course, this is the last of the spinach that I have outside of the new ones that I showed you guys that I purchased this year. So we are going to be doing the Bloomsdale long-standing thank you spinach, and those grow very fantastic in my area for me at least. So I'm definitely going to be doing that. You guys, we are also growing. Let me try to get these things in order just a little bit for you. We got another lettuce, which is a French lettuce. I am not going to try to attempt to pronounce this, you guys. It says it's just a butterhead lettuce. So I'm going to be growing that variety as well. And then we have some romaine lettuce that we are going to be growing as well. If you all did not catch the beginning of the video, I said these are the plants that we will be starting tomorrow. I'm keeping this for your all's records so that you all are aware of what varieties I am growing, because oftentimes you guys like to ask me that in my comment section. So I just want to put that out there for you guys. I am getting a microphone right now for you all. So hopefully this helps with the quality if it is not sounding the best. And then we will continue with our list of plants that we will be starting. Let me know if this sounds better, okay? Does this sound better? Can you hear me? Does this sound better? Okay. Sorry, I hope that wasn't loud. Thank you, Donzel. All right, you guys. So we did go ahead and talk about the lettuces we're going to be starting. I do have two flowers. That's medicinal reasons as to why I grow it. However, they're so pretty. They're noticed in the community as cone flowers. That may be like their official name, but they're also called echinacea flowers. And so we do have the white swan, and then we do have a paradiso mix. So we can get all different type of colors. And with that, these are the two varieties that I'm going to be growing of the echinacea. You guys, I also have the self-blanching cauliflower that I will be growing as well. Now, in regards to carrots, you guys, I think these are the only two carrots that I am looking to grow. And I'm kind of excited for them. I'm hoping the best out of them. I grew some of one of the varieties before. I will start planting tomorrow. I will be doing a video with you all of us planting seeds tomorrow. But I am really hoping for a good turnout for these crops, you guys. Now I do see I actually also put the snowball cauliflower in here as well. This is just like a white cauliflower, just like the self-blanching. The only difference is I've always had issues with getting this to germinate. So this is a different company. It says the germination rate is a 94% chance. You're welcome. So hopefully that is better for us, you guys. And next, we're going to be doing some early golden acre cabbage. This usually always takes around 60 days for me. But I'm okay if it takes a little while longer, because we're not looking to really plant anything for the summer in the garden until mid to end of April. So all of these crops have from now until then to go to full maturity. If you all caught my last video, in the fall time, I get overwhelmed from the summer to end up wanting to even do a fall garden. So I want to get a lot of things that I had issues with in the summertime, which was all of my brassicas, completed and grown in springtime, because we had a lot of cabbage moths, we had a lot of cabbage caterpillars, all up on them and everything like that. And granted, we got some, but we didn't get as many crops that we could have gotten. So we're looking to avoid those type of pests if we go ahead and do this in the springtime. Now, another thing that I want to grow that I don't believe I started super early, but I want to start it as early as possible. What's so ironic is this is one of the last things. Who was helping you on your last video? You and the other person that we gave admin to, moderator to. But the last thing that I do want to go ahead and mention, that this was the last thing in the garden. It was the celery. Now, this is a different variety. The variety I grew last year, I don't remember what the name of it was, you guys, if I'm going to be completely honest. Ooh, I wish I was in a regular formatted video. It's so different because I can't put my edits on the screen for you guys. But this is the celery brand D. Eleni. I don't know, y'all, but y'all see it. D''ELNE is the celery that I'm going to be growing this year. It's a new variety for me, but I'm wanting to grow this earlier in the year just because that was the last thing in my garden for me last year. Outside of the flowers, when I let the frost kill the flowers, the celery was the very last thing, and it was giving very much grocery store celery. I was really proud of that. I got a whole gallon bag of celery last year on top of different things of celery that I gave away, and I probably have about half of the gallon bag now because I need to do it like the Louisiana trio with the celery. I haven't been doing it, but I'm about to now that I found it. Another thing that we are going to be doing, though, you guys, are carrots. I feel like you can never get enough of carrots. One of the major ways I love carrots, especially the small, short ones like this, is with some ranch, you guys. I meant in the garden video. Who was helping you in your last garden video? Oh, a friend of mine. But, yeah, just a friend of mine. But these carrots, y'all, I love them with ranch. I mean, I love them just with ranch seasoning. I love them by themselves. They're great steamed. I mean, carrots, from what I was told as a little girl, they're good for your eyes, and I've always liked them. So yeah, that's what we like. I'm also going to do this free complimentary salad bowl mix that Emma Gardner sent me. Now, a few of your seed companies will go ahead. Now, a few of your seed companies will go ahead and send you free seeds anytime you reach like a certain threshold of your order amount for their company. Like Baker's Creek, I believe, is once you hit like $20, they're going to automatically send you a free seed pack, and every $20, I believe it's like that. And it may be the same thing with M.I. Gardner. I haven't actually paid attention with the price point for M.I. Gardner to where you get free seeds. But usually they always send out the salad bowl mix. And so that's what we're going to be trying this year. I have no idea what's in here whatsoever, but I'm sure it's leafy greens. It's a salad bowl mix. The next thing, you guys, that we're doing are, of course, going with our brassicas, is broccoli. Now, you guys, this broccoli, I have never had this Calabrese green sprouting broccoli. I hope it is amazing. I hope we love it. I hope we have no issues with it. I hope after we get the main head, we got offshoots, because that's exactly what this looks like. We're also going to try again for this purple sprouting broccoli, you guys. Last year, we did not get this to germinate, just like we got no cauliflower to germinate whatsoever, you guys. So we are going to try this again. Fingers crossed. If y'all are available tomorrow, we will be on live planting seeds tomorrow. And yeah, now the other broccoli that I have is the Waltham broccoli. Waltham broccoli as well. Now this germination rate is 91%. So I'm gonna just chop it up there. Last year, anything that didn't germinate was on me and not on the seeds itself. So we're gonna try again this year. We are using different brands though, different companies, but we're gonna see if we get them to germinate, okay? Now, like I was mentioning earlier, I love my kale. We love it down the same way we love our cabbage down. And you guys, you know, I am definitely. Really? Yeah, I know. It took me about 2 years. 2 years ago, I think is the first time I saw purple broccoli. And I thought it was really intriguing because I have a pack of purple cauliflower as well. See, I planted broccoli, I think my very first year gardening at my mother's, and I kid you not, the broccoli got to about 4 feet tall. It was amazing. It was extremely amazing. They can become really big plants. They really can. But I grew them in ground at my mother's versus now how I do in raised beds. I may put some over there. I think you should definitely only do the vegetables that you all eat, though. That was one of my big hiccups. Let me know if y'all want me to do a video of like my first or my top 10 mistakes as a beginner gardener. I don't mind doing a video for that as well because there's a few mistakes I made, and one of them was planting things that I did not eat, but I just grew it because I was like, oh yeah, this is nice. It gives me confidence, so it'll give you confidence. But if you don't eat it, it's wasteful, especially if you can't give it away. But you guys, we're also going to be doing some collards. Now these are my golden true type of varieties that I love. I definitely love this Ellen Felton dark one. And then I also love the Georgia Southern Creole. Yeah. Oh my goodness. In Canada, I believe it. I believe it. I'm sure a lot of things have to be indoors. I actually have a trading partner that's in Canada. I would have to speak with her a little bit more and I could give you more information about how that growing season would be. But I can only believe that it would be very short. You all are cold a lot, like a lot of the times. That, yeah, that's what I figured. A lot of things would be started indoors just because um I mean, you all get snow a lot. Like, y'all are freezing. I mean, I guess if you're born there, you're just used to it and everything of that nature, you guys. I mean, kudos to you all. We don't get snow every single year where I'm at. May 24th is your last frost day. Okay, so then that's not too bad then. That's a month after us because ours, yeah, is around like April 21st. So that's not too bad. When is your first frost date? Like for the fall? When's your expected frost date for this year? Do you know that? Let me know. But yeah, so these collards are things that, one, the Georgia Southern Creole is something that a lot of people grow. They're more of a thicker collard green. I feel like these are more like grocery store collard greens. But with these as well, I think they grow pretty good also. I just seen on a gardener's channel, yeah, thank you. That's what I was thinking of making, of just plant mistakes, but just beginner gardener mistakes as well. But these greens, I just seen that there is a collard tree. Have y'all ever heard of that? A collard green tree? I seen someone in Virginia growing that, and I thought that was really cool. Okay. Okay, well then see, no, actually then that's not bad. That's around, okay. So you guys are maybe just a month after me then in regards to planting things outside. But if your first frost is usually like in November, is it like a first frost or is it like more like a first freeze? Because like for us here in Kentucky, we can get a first frost date in October, but we don't really get a freeze until like the first week of November. And so like there was a lot of things I left in my garden last year, like right up before, right up before Thanksgiving, before things were getting taken out by the freeze. Like that's why I know a lot of my strawberries still got green tops and everything. Like, okay, yeah, so then that's how it is with us. So you all are very similar, and it makes sense because you said your zone was 6, Zone 6. We were just zone 6B before they moved the zones last year. And then that's when we became 7A, because last year we were 6B. And then, well, the year before last we were 6B, and then last year we became 7A. So yeah, that sounds about right. There's nothing wrong with that though at all then. See? See, that's good then. Okay, okay. So you all are still very familiar in regards to the way our weather is as well. There's nothing wrong with that then. So yeah, I'm very interested to see then. Do you have a gardening channel as well, or do you just do it for fun? And then another thing that I'm growing, what my mom wants so badly, is some bok choy. So I remember when we was younger, my mom had this friend that we met, and she had children. Ooh, okay. So I'm wondering if I'm already subscribed to you. If not, I will make sure to do that at the end of this live and check your channel out, girl, and show you some love. Okay. So I will definitely do that. And I'm sorry if you're a guy and I'm calling you girl, because I'll be doing that to all my little guy friends. I'll be like, girl, let me tell you. It's a habit. I'm sorry. But you guys, I remember when we was younger, my mom had this friend. She had some children, and her mother cooked for us one day, and she cooked some bok choy. She like sauteed it up and everything like that. Oh, nice. See, that's even better. Oh. Well, I'm hoping nothing but greatness for you and your marriage. It's always a great thing to see married couples, especially in this now day and age. But so we was younger. My mom's friend's mother cooked for us, and ever since that day, mind you, this has probably been maybe 15 to 17 years ago. Ever since that day, my mom has been trying to figure out what this crop was, this vegetable was that she cooked for her, that she cooked for us that night. None of us as kids loved it, but my mom just loved it down. I mean, better than greens, better than cabbage, better than everything. Come to find out, it was bok choy. So I gotta grow it. I'm the green thumb. I gotta grow it. So we're going to be growing some bok choy. And then I also have two more flowers that I'm going to be growing, you guys. And that's everything that I think I want to do in my spring garden. I may throw in some scarlet kale, which is just a purple variety of kale. I may do like one plant of that. But a lot of these things, I did the calculations on my planned out garden beds and everything like that. And I believe I have about 174 spaces in my garden, because I do the square foot gardening. Excuse me. Unless it's a crop that I know I can get away with squeezing more things in, then I can go up to like 180 spaces. But at most, it's like 174 spaces that I have available without including any of my green stocks, because I really want those to be filled with strawberries. So when I say we're packing things out, you guys, we're packing things out. And she sure will. Her and my nieces will. And I'm not considering the big bed that I had last year with our tomatoes in it last year. Do y'all remember that big old bed? It's like a ground bed. The prior owner put all the dirt in it that my pond, like all the dirt that came from the pond to create the pond, she put all of that there. So it's just clay soil. We're putting flowers in that. I haven't even included that to say how many spaces I would have in the garden. But outside of that garden bed, I had 14 other garden beds that were able to plant in about 175 spaces to put crops in. And you guys, I am going big or going home. I feel like I'm a Texan at heart just because of that saying. But the other flowers that we are going to be growing, you guys, are some snapdragons, you guys. So we grew this last year, right? But I grew this right beside my hollyhocks, and I put my hollyhocks in front of my snapdragons. What I didn't know was how big hollyhocks got. You guys, the hollyhocks got as big as my privacy fence, and my privacy fence is about 7.5 foot tall, if not 8 foot tall. So these got shaded out very badly. So we're going to be doing snapdragons, and we're going to have all different type of flowers that's going to eventually add to the snapdragons in that bed. One thing I discovered last year with the flowers that I did is I love making bouquets. They are really pretty. I wish I knew how to keep them like as a cut flower, but I'm pretty sure they're just cute for the insects. And for us just to be like, beautiful nature, love it. Because I sure couldn't keep them in a vase at all. They shriveled up the very next day, unfortunately. So it was like, oh, you're pretty to look at. And they give you plenty of seeds, you guys. I mean, so many seeds. These are seeds that I've saved, you guys. And I am so sorry for my tried and true. I've been having so many issues with my editing software. I'm looking to get another one. But you guys, we will probably just do it on live of some seed savings once the weather permits it. But like they give you so many seeds. Like here's a pack of my hollyhocks from last year. Um, Here's another pack from last year. Here's another one of the hollyhocks. And I mean, I did not sit here and color code them just because they all grew out of one packet and it was you growing them and being surprised like, oh, this is the color that it is. It was in a mixed pack variety, but they will give you a lot of seeds, and these are the seeds that I saved. These aren't even the seeds that are still outside, but we're still recovering from snow and everything like that, so maybe we can do that here soon too. But I definitely just wanted to show you guys everything that I am growing. It definitely, I would say, I guess, takes time. I know I usually have those packages labeled in my description box. So I know when I edit this, I'll add my notes for you guys because I got my envelopes off of Amazon. And all you really have to do is just let it stay on the plant to dry out. Usually I let things dry out when I'm not looking to harvest from it anymore. So like I have some bok choy seeds from last year that went to seed in my mom's garden that it got too hot or whatever, because we got hit with a real heat wave last year, and so a lot of things went to seed. So I was able to get some bok choy seeds that's used to our climate and things of that nature. But the biggest thing is when it comes to seed saving, just be aware that if you allow something to sit here and actually go to seed on the vine or on the plant, 9 times out of 10 it may slow down production. So I usually try to get the seeds when I'm done with that plant, like how it was last year where I was letting the okra get super large and things like that. What you all didn't see is I actually left some of the okra plants there and literally let the frost kill it and all of that, let it dry out, and you know, all of that good stuff, just so that is the most viable of the seeds as possible. Or just like, say for instance, you get a cucumber and you're letting it go bright yellow on the vine. Now that plant's going to stop producing a lot, but they'll be more viable with the seeds and things of that nature. So I mean, seed saving, I can say it's intimidating, but rest assured you'll be fine. Seed saving with tomatoes is simply getting a ripe tomato. You can pick it off the vine if your climate allows it, because some of us have a lot of pests in the garden that don't allow us to keep our tomatoes on the vine to truly ripen red. So as soon as you see it starting to blush, you can go ahead and take it off of the vine, because it's not going to affect the flavor any further and you can have it to ripen in your home. But once it's fully ripened, all the little gelatin around the seeds, you'll just put that in a mason jar with some water, let it ferment for like a day or two, rinse it off, dry the seeds off, and then they're usually viable seeds. Any of them that's not viable will float, all the rest of them will sink, and you're good to go to have seeds. And that's the same thing for cucumbers. That's the same thing for the butternut squashes, the pumpkins. That's the same thing for, I mean, a lot of our crops. In regards to like your lettuces, your herbs, your broccolis, things of that nature, they'll become seed pods on the plant and dry out after they flower. So you enjoy the beautiful pollinators that it brings in. Then once that's done, yeah, you'll have seed pods. And then you can just harvest the pods, or you can open the pods and just pour the seeds in the thing. and they look exactly like it. It's interesting to do. Like when you do it, I want you to do a video of just test it for one plant, one little crop, whatever you want to do. Just test it, because I don't know. For me, I was super excited to see it, and I was like, look at this, looking like the seeds in the packet. Look at me being self-sufficient. But you guys, it's been a blast. Always a blast to be able to be on live with you all and speak to you all like right now in person. It's so different to be on video and speaking to y'all versus being live and speaking to y'all. It makes me feel a little more human and make y'all feel a little more human to me as well. But with that being said, you guys, it's getting late. I need to get ready for bed. And I will see y'all tomorrow when we are starting seeds, okay? Thank you. Glad you tuned in as well. Bye, y'all.